The game number 1 is already underway. Levin, you talked about the UK boys up. Hopefully we get to see that here as everyone's hopping off the bus.
I wonder how much that number varies from lobby to lobby, right? I've seen games where, you know, there's a way more games where there's even less, and I think
that is ridiculous to find one of the best in Noah.
Yeah, that's actually ridiculous because Noah Rayleigh is one of the best W keys, one of the best fighters in all of EU. So to be taken out by someone not even on their own ping, on their own region, is a bit of a shock. I wonder how that one plays out going forward. As we see here, Prim is going to find himself in a bit of an early game engagement. It's going to be
he missed. I was going to say he missed the edit there. That's going to be the first mistake in this battle. Let's see if he is feeling warmed up to the occasion. On the other side, though, Slurpy Swamp is highly contested, especially considering if they went toe-to-toe for the warehouse here. Landjock running, trying to be passive in this early game here against Granite's John 22. And no, he lets his guard down. He gets hit a lot here. The exchange is not looking too good. I think John's gonna be able to clean this one up here as Landjock swings around, and yes, there it is. It's all over for Landjock.
That was some poor map awareness from Landjock, to be fair.
Oh, grabs the wall. Okay, makes the edit there. He gets punished for it. It's gonna be exchange back and forth though, but Lee gets the better of him. He still has 50 shield now and 100 HP, and all of a sudden the table has been turned. Jachu here now has to potentially bail himself out with one big charge shot. Is he going to be able to let him into the box? No. He's going on full defensive mode here. He still has a lot of builds as well. Now looking for the edit. Trying to grab it here. Okay. Things are still going down. You saw a little bit of a replay there as well. So there's action unfolding left and right here. Harpoons into the box. That's a risky play. It's going to work out this time, though, as he finds the charge on the way in. The risk behind that is, one, the charge he's using has a slower pullout time and ready time. More importantly, the delay between the harpoon has to draw itself back when you enter into a box. So
yeah, I was gonna say that, right? Because when you looked at his loot before he went in, it was almost perfect, right? He just would have wanted maybe an upgrade on movement. What's going on here? He's gonna actually just hide this one out. This might be the play, right? Wait for this guy to come in and get the cheap shot. Hold the patience is crucial, and he actually connects right after with the org burst. This deep into the zone, you don't want to actually take any sort of engagement a lot of the time unless you have a clear advantage. And as Kyle gets up on this hill, he might decide that is the case, and yep, burst shots come in, and now this is a perfect position to actually take this fight, right? You know you have a massive HP advantage. He's going to try to get as many of the pieces as he can. Gets final shot as well with the pump. He's on a roll right now. Like, this is great. He's in rhythm. I'm sure he'll even look for maybe even more as long as he stays along the edge of this zone where he can.
TQ though getting shot up here, and okay, Marcus is gonna find every tag that he needs. Well played. Just like that, Marcus finds his first elim, and an important one, a very important one. Look at the upgrade. He's gonna get all the medium ammunition as well and the full loot.
But this is what we were talking about, right? Fight so that he can get that mobility, something to work with, and he might even be able to pick up another one on Sebs here below.
Yeah, Sebs though does have those small fries, so although he was tagged for whites, he is going to be able to bounce up to 75. This could play into Frix's benefit because now, or Sebs' benefit, because you know Frix is going to be a little bit aggro because he doesn't have a lot of shield. No, it doesn't matter. He's just going to turn back and burn him. Headshot, body shot, take him out the lobby. That's going to be 3 quick elims for Frix here.
This is where it gets interesting, right? Because you have all these players in, you know, a short kind of area, short radius. Oh my goodness. Speaking of short radius, Shaq's got someone in his box. He's able to deal with it swiftly, but, you know, needs to ensure that nobody else gets involved, right? This can be where people kind of take wind of things and look to get some shots in, but
still puts other players onto different layers. That's I can force the issue here for some.
I like the idea. Obviously, I'm assuming, right, with his loot path.
Oh, wait, what? Someone's in his box.
Oh, dear.
Mistakes were made. I guess the dude didn't realize, like, hey, he stepped out for a second, came back home, found someone, you know, a little bit of an intruder sitting in his vicinity there. So he gets taken out. It's a pretty, about as comical as it gets, I guess, for a semifinals day. You don't really expect misplays like that for the top 1500, but it does happen. We've seen weirder things. Here's William. One Elim already in a rough situation. We've seen a lot of players with limited shield so far. Only a med kit here onto William's inventory. He is going to have to make do with it. 20 HP is going to be what he gains from this. He needs a frag ASAP. There is someone underneath, though. A couple players, actually, in the water here. He might just be looking to drop down. Yes, he's going to find a siphon he needs. Good for him. So we hop on over to the other side now. Frey still in this game here. Menzi and others. These are all the guys that have to make that rotate, right?
Yeah, they're going to have to rotate and find their ways in. You see Menzi up on the POV on the left. He was taking some shots trying to get in. William still has to make his way in. Going to be able to use his old builds, conserve some materials, and it's looking pretty free for him as he gets in. But there is a player in front of him, and this is where the problem comes in. He's being held out. I think he might just barely be in. Okay, maybe not, because it looks like he's trying to go around to try to get his way into the safe zone.
I like this, though. That frag was so crucial for him. Not only did he get a little bit of siphon, but he picked up an extra mini and a flopper as well. Remember, he was on his last med kit right as we tuned in. So impact elimination, if I've ever seen one. I mean, it puts him in at least one major step forwards in the right direction of where he needs to be. Zone's going to favor him this time around, so he's not going to have to cross that treacherous water again, but he is going to have to do the river bend that he just passed. As now he's gathering intel here, trying to figure it out. Where is it that I want to play off of? Who do I want to potentially avoid or push towards? Someone right there nearby was Marcus. Oh no, a little bit of a misplay there. Steps into the zone prematurely and he gets punished. Yeah, 10 HP.
He could be fine though. Gonna be on this front side of the zone and just gonna spend the mats to try get in. And I think once he gets in here on this front side, it's gonna be crucial for him to kind of look back and try to find any sort of elimination he can, because the materials will run thin eventually. Robabs, French Stallion on the front side as well, and he has a lack of mobility also. Got a bouncer to work with, but gonna just have to keep on rotating his way in.
He does have a great all-around loadout. Here's a nice little wide shot for you guys to see who is still in the game. Things are getting very, very stacked here indeed. I mean, just look at the damage threshold. Storms are just going right now. So what's that? 8 players? 8 players have to go down right now, where the Storm Surge is going to be doing its work here. Brix is on the other side of the wall. Robab's trying to get the best of him. He's looking for his second elimination right now. This is where the placement points are really going to start falling into the favor of the players. I saw Frey still in this game as well. I think one of the only notable names. I'm assuming Mongrel might be down already. Yes, there it is, as I just called it out. He falls in the feed to Menzi there. On height is Olfar, trying to do his best to maintain, but it's action up and down on different layers here. It's C1 versus Robobs, or no, that was actually Rocket there. Rocket Kid's gonna fall to C1. Cathararma.
Yeah, and Kaforma's gonna have to make his way into the zone. Robabs is still up. Blackie is still up as well. We've seen how successful he can be, but you can see the battle for high ground. Krisky trying to take it from Olfar. Who will come out on top on that one? It remains to be seen. Frey on the backside of the zone there, looking really weak, and he might run into Diego GB. Might be Diego who goes to clean that up, and it was Diego takes out Frey there. You see Bui on the screen. He's in a mess. He's got players in his face. He hits a big pump shot to stay alive in this game. Gonna have to keep on moving in though. And maybe that's the first of many great shots we'll see from him. It looks like Olfar won the battle of high ground because Crispy has dropped down. So he beats He's still alive in this one, playing on that front side. Kafarma gonna be rotating his way in.
That's right, and now the pressure's coming in. You can see he's trying his best there to angle his way down to just get those walls to stay in front of him. One tag would have been enough to take him out, but the Banished Bazooka's gonna bounce him back. The minis are gonna go off. Olfar, though, still has high ground, and he's getting pressured in by Eiko now, but I don't think anyone has a real shot at taking him down unless, you know, more players go down, because every layer is so congested. No one has the time to focus on high ground. This is the perfect situation for Olfar as it's going back now. Kaio's gonna find his 6th elimination. My gosh, talk about a monstrous game 1. It's happening here for Kaio, who we tuned in with. Was that Pleasant Park? He started it all off. That big pump shot early in the game there to set him up, and then followed his way through, pummeling through the mid game 2. And now End game is looking like a great position for him to be in. He is just racking up big points right now. With a lead like this, he might just break away with quite a substantial stance here for top 100, but he still has to put up. Let's see though, Levin, final moments. He gets tagged big time. I don't think it's gonna be enough. No, Kyle gets taken out, and now it's Katharma in the low ground, 170. My gosh.
No materials as well, and that's gonna save his game for now because he's able to pick up some materials and the floppers, right? This is great because he gets to stay back behind. Olfa still fragging out hard, but he's going to run into Katharma here. Oh my goodness, who's going to go out on top? Olfa gets taken out by Katharma, and all of a sudden we have a 1v1 situation.
Yes, and he is in a zone. It's B. We saw B's perspective. Katharma, though, makes a mistake. He walks into the zone, but no, it doesn't matter. The big shot right behind B, who was just off guard for a second. What?
So maybe take these names with a grain of salt, but one name you're not going to be taking with a grain of salt is Marion Freeze, up in top, first place, 95 points, but he's going to be tied with Godsit Snappy, another 95 points there,